All right, so I'm walking my dog right now, but I'm about to go see Fireflies. It's about a girl named Olivia whose marriage is threatened once four girls die in a church. I'm about to go see that. It's definitely going to be probably heart-wrenching, but I'm ready. And we'll talk after. Yeah, let's talk after. Okay? Let's talk about Fireflies for real now. Probably one of the best plays that I've seen. So good. So basically, it was about a married couple who was living in the South during the Jim Crow era, and the husband was a preacher, and his wife actually wrote all of his messages. Like everything he said, it was coming from his wife. So basically, she was the preacher. You know, every time he went out and preached, she would stay home. She would make sure that everything is being held down. She had PTSD because all of the bombings, all of the senseless killing that was happening towards black people. She felt like she didn't want to go outside because if she stepped out, she would have been dying too. It was crazy during that era. When I tell you, this play had me shook. Let me tell you what shook me up. The preacher was cheating on his wife when he used to go out and say her words. And how did she find out? She actually got a tape recording. Somebody sent it to her address, and a woman recorded him and her having sex. Now, he had nothing to say about that because now she has the proof. The proof is in the recording. After that, he was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, yeah. It's so crazy when people know the truth and they just lying because you don't have any evidence. Then you show the evidence, now all of a sudden you sorry. No, you're not sorry because you weren't sorry when I didn't have any evidence. Now I got evidence, you have nothing. And now you're sorry because I have the proof. You know what? That's when you don't accept the sorry. Even if she did accept his apology, I'm sure he wouldn't let that slide because he has some things to pull on her ass too. He found out that she was actually writing somebody during the whole relationship, and it was another woman. So, you know, he's a pastor. He's talking about, oh, you sinning real bad. You trying to get with a woman? And he must have forgot that he was actually the one cheating. So they're both at fault here. Then that's when the relationship gets worse. They don't want to be with each other no more. And she finds out she's pregnant. She's like, why, God? I didn't even want to have a baby in the first place. It was so many twists and turns. And she wanted to have an abortion, but then he's like, are you kidding me? This is the only thing that I really want in my life, a child. And during this whole entire relationship, he goes out to, you know, different areas throughout the whole entire United States to preach. Every time there's some type of shooting or some type of senseless act, wife is always home. But one day, a senseless act was actually done to him. Yeah, this is a spoiler. The spoiler. Let me try to give you a spoiler without giving the spoiler. So basically, one time when he goes out to preach, he doesn't come back. But the wife feels like she's left to raise this child alone. And she doesn't want the child to begin with. But I'm gonna give you a real spoiler right now. She keeps the baby. But there was one scene where she took a knife. She looked at her stomach, took a knife. The whole set faded to black as she walked into a room. Of course, I was thinking, oh my God, she is about to kill this child and herself? Because like, what you taking the knife for? But that didn't happen, thankfully. You know what? I'm gonna just tell you what happened to the guy because I would want to know. Basically, her husband went out to go preach one time, and somebody who was targeting him put a bomb in his car. And as he was driving, you know, it took off, the bomb activated, and he's no longer with us. When all of that happened, then she realized, or she felt like she had to keep this baby. And so she mustered up all the strength she could and realize that she's gonna be having to step out. She's gonna have to raise a black baby in this world where it's not really safe. She's gonna have to be everything that she's been writing about in his preaches. It was so powerful. And what this play really just showed me is that in life, of course, there's always going to be some bullshit. You're going to be faced with so much adversity and things like that that you really cannot even control. You're gonna be faced with stuff that you can't even see coming in life. And this is what this play really showed me. And I'm just really so glad that I saw this. And Fireflies, you got to win in my book.